What drugs could we make from
Yeah, let's snort some bird dandruff. Why don't we?
Hello, and welcome to Worlds Apart, your favorite bi-weekly world-building podcast. Diana, how you doing today?
Good. A little eepy, but I world build better when I'm eepy, or so I'm telling myself. How are you?
I'm good. I've got a week off. It's a write-off week. I'm doing nothing. I'm playing RuneScape Dragon Wilds 24/7. It's a good time.
Yeah. I'm getting fucking text 24/7 to hop on RuneScape Dragon Wilds is what's happening.
And you do. So
yeah.
this is that or Repo, because you're obsessed with it.
You know, it's been a fucking all right. It's been a week for gaming, dude. There's been the Oblivion remaster. Fucking RuneScape has been on my mind. Repo is still hot, which it's lasted a little bit longer than I thought it would, given the cycles of things. And then fucking what else just came out? Blueprints came out. They had oh my god, there was one other game that's slipping my, there was like Entity 33 or something like that.
Expedition 33.
That's the one.
It looks real. I don't need to spend more money on a game.
Yeah, you fucking convinced me single-handedly to spend like $60 on shit alone in like the past. Yeah. Well, I guess it's only 30. The 60 was the other 30 fell into my cart by accident.
And then the like 50 to 70 for Oblivion as well, wasn't it? Are we gonna add that on as well, or are we just ignoring that?
I got it on sale, you bitch. It's been good. It's been fun. But yeah, that's been our weeks. Welcome back to the gaming news podcast hosted by two people who do not have money to spend on all the games that we bought. Yeah,
but hey, it's fine because these games are fantasy related, and that's where we thrive. So obviously, we're just going to steal content from every single game we play, and bring it into our world and just claim it as our own. Right? We can't get in trouble for that.
Exactly. So for this episode, we're going to build a scenario where your player character gets knocked out and wakes up on the back of a wagon, bound and tied, and someone calls him a horse thief and says, "Hey, you're finally awake."
Yo, I like it. Yo. Mm-hmm. Yep. We should name this world Skyrim or Oblivion, maybe.
We should.
Yeah. We should stop
somewhere
fucking
out there,
around.
Todd Howard just set up in a cold sweat.
Yep, pretty much. But no, we are worlds apart. We are different. We are edgy. We are cool.
Mm-hmm. We're so cool. We had so many friends. So we do have 2 other seasons to build. For those who have been tuned in so far, to get you caught up, Odie and I have built essentially 5 demigods or deity type creatures, essentially. Lesser deities that rule over different seasons that are the children of the sun and the sea. And one of them is the draconic entity that rules over this eclipse season we have, this mysterious 5th season where it's just dark for like 3 months and the world gets overrun by lycanthropic creatures, by night dwellers, things like that. We also built out a winter serpent and a moving forest, a plant-like creature of fall. And so we just have summer and what's the other one? Spring. I know my seasons. You
also forgot to mention that you encase animals in the sap of the autumn one.
It's not that bad. It's not that bad. They're so happy. It's so cozy in there. It's like, it's like a very comfy dorm.
It's meditative.
That's it.
Yeah, meditative. Yeah,
absolutely. They're so fine. God, what if it's one of those things where they go into the sap and everyone thinks that it's a transformative process, like a, butterfly hatching out of a chrysalis or whatever, and instead it just kills the old creature and swaps it out for something new from a different plane of existence, and you just don't know, like no one's dug into it far enough to figure out that that's what's happening. It's a whole new creature entirely.
You're terrifying.
Welcome back to the horror episode of the other one.
You are terrifying. My God. Okay. So, yes, we have our winter season, our eclipse season, our murderous autumn season.
Unconfirmed.
Unconfirmed. So we have spring and we have summer. We have our fish, our big goldfish boy, and we have our pink fluffy bird, I believe, is what we went with for the spring.
Board.
The board.
Did we made it like a bird of paradise, right? Or was that the other bird? Fuck, we've built too many birds. I'm getting them mixed up. Too many being 2, by the way.
No, I believe our big raven was just a big-ass raven who liked shiny things. I think the spring deity was just a bird of paradise.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So what do you want to work on first? What are you leaning towards? Do you like fish or do you like burb?
I think we should do fish because
Fish?
it's interesting as a concept to have a fish that is inherently not tied to water, really. And also, when we initially described it, we described it as this like solar type entity. If anything, maybe it's like maybe it's the youngest
Okay.
of the different seasons.
The
Closest
favorite
to the
child, because
sun.
everyone seems to love summer as well.
Yeah, and we already determined that the snake is the oldest, kind of like the problem child.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, maybe the fish is the youngest. And when we described it, it had like these solar rays coming out of its fins that stretched on what seemed to be infinitely and like out of its tail and whatnot. Does it look like it's moving through water as it moves? Jesus, some car.
Big ass car, dude. My God.
Yeah, I live on a highway and I'm reminded of it every day.
Yep. I think because we mentioned like the sighting of the summer fish was like just this ominous glow that flows through water like nothing. So is it him swimming or is it him just like stagnant and just moving?
Just
through
like
it?
a fucking, he's T-posing actually.
Yeah,
Just
pretty
like-
much. Like,
I feel like swimming would be cool, especially because then its solar rays would kind of look almost aurora-like, and maybe
Yeah.
they change color depending on like its mood and reaction to things. So
where the sun is in the sky as well.
yes, holy shit! So it looks kind of like those really pretty sunsets on some days.
Yeah.
The cotton candy clouds.
Yes,
Oh,
that'd be really
amazing.
cool.
That'd be fucking cute. And what kind of, let's see. So we already determined that the snake moves from aquatic, like pond to pond and freezes it over and harbors souls with it and things like that. We also talked about how the forest itself moves in like a,
Sorry, I forgot about the fucking soul thing that we did.
how we made it all fucked up and that there would be like lake souls. And the forest moves in like a circumference around the earth. Do we have any particular sort of like movement pattern for this guy? Does he also just kind of coast around the world in a straight line?
I feel like if he's the youngest and he's also summer, I feel like he might be the most unpredictable one of them all.
I love
Because-
this already.
Because you know how, like, I'm assuming you have them in America, is it? Yes.
Land
But
of the
in
free,
summer,
land of the root beer, because apparently you fuckers don't have that. I learned that the other day, audience. Australians don't have root beer, like, as a concept. Or root beer barrels, root beer floats. If you
You're
want help,
speaking-
you can just ask.
you're speaking gibberish to me, mate.
Jesus.
But because I'm assuming we have them all the time in Australia, especially where I live. Summer storms, where it'll be beautiful sunny days. It's stunning, gorgeous, hot as, and then suddenly for like 20 minutes, there's just hellfire from the sky, from rain, hail, lightning, all that kind of shit.
Ugh.
Does that happen in America? Is it? Yes.
It does. It's the cause of our wildfires in the summer, actually. I imagine it's going to
okay.
cause a lot of bushfires for you guys, too, right? If you have lightning in the middle of fucking dry season?
Yeah.
Ugh. But
I'm-
yeah, so are you saying like that these summer storms would follow the fish, or would they be wherever the fish isn't?
We can make it about his mood.
Yeah.
He's just-
I'm imagining just like a whimsical little guy.
Yeah, he's the youngest kid. And when he gets grumpy, shit goes bad. So,
That's kind of cute. I love
Yeah.
this guy already.
but because what is summer to you is, I'm assuming, like hot days, beautiful weather, sit down in the sun, relaxing, adventures, all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah. So it kind of incites whimsy in people, and maybe people who are born in the summertime are said to have more wanderlust and tend to be a bit more on the chaotic side of the spectrum.
Yeah, dude, we could have such cool character creation connections to the seasons.
Yeah. Yep.
That's a really cool concept. Okay.
Yeah. Dude, can you imagine like working to try and make like time your pregnancy so that you don't give birth during the eclipse season, so that way your child isn't like a herald of doom or some shit?
Can you imagine if like the children born in the eclipse season were like the happiest go lucky fucks in the world?
Yeah. Yep.
Everyone was just scared of them, so no one ever had a kid in that season. So,
Right. Jesus.
but I feel depending on like, I feel like depending on like how fucked up we have people in this world, some people would want kids in the eclipse season. Maybe they're like battle-born kids. They're destined to be great warriors and adventurers and all this kind of stuff. So
maybe they're like super utilitarian, and so people believe like, especially because the dragon that brings on the eclipse season is so driven and so like goal-minded. Maybe people think that their kid would become really good royalty or really good leaders because they just have a goal and they do whatever it takes.
Right. So they're going to be our burnt-out children.
Yeah, exactly, because that's basically what this bitch is. The dragon is just a burnt-out child.
Yep. Burnt-out gifted kid. Got it. Born in the eclipse season. Understood.
World builders like us, we don't put any part of ourselves in our creations ever.
Anyway, back to the fish. Okay, so we could have his emotions affect the summertime, I guess. Sorry, I'm gonna come back to it. I genuinely love the concept of like being born a specific season affects, or there's like a stigma or a stereotype around being born in those seasons. That's a really cool concept. I love that.
Yeah, we could even, once we get a calendar nailed down too, we can even make it so that like your birthday and your birth month is like, it's slightly different. There's the overarching category of the season, but like maybe depending on which month in the season you're born, you have certain capabilities or certain like weaknesses, things like that. And so when someone creates a character and they get given a birthday, I do this for my homeworlds, Lastion. I give every player character a birthday and I tell them what that birthday means and like what people think in pop culture review because of it.
That's really cool. I've never heard of that concept before.
Yeah. I gotta make a video on that. I realize I've never talked about that publicly, but Jesus.
That would be fucking awesome. Yeah, hell yeah, dude.
So we can get to all that when we do a calendar.
Yeah, absolutely. So fish.
Fish.
Yeah, fish. Does this fish, because we mentioned the autumn spirit has druids that follow it all over the world. The serpent has people that show up for its landing, I guess. Like everyone just goes to a random lake and hopes for the best that it's their lake that they see the serpent dive into.
Yeah.
Do we want anything like that for the summerfish, or is everyone just like, oh, he's cool?
I feel like it's kind of like whimsical and chaotic nature, and the presence of summer storms and things like that would make it pretty hard for people to kind of like follow him around as much as they do the other gods, and he'd be kind of unpredictable in a way.
Okay.
So I feel like that would affect it, whatever it is.
Does he divert from this like path that they're all meant to stay on a bit?
I think so, and I think maybe that manifests as, I mean, like you said, unusual weather in the middle of summer, but also maybe the sun retaliates a little bit and is like, hey, fucking stay in line. You don't know what's going to happen if you accidentally run into one of your brethren.
Right.
So we're going to that whole thing, because if they sit in one place, then they're vulnerable to the dragon or something like that.
Yeah, we still need to figure that out and what that
mechanics
lies behind. But that's really, and that also brings in like the parental thing again, because mainly the two parents have been focusing on the dragon. I forget what we called him. It was a really cool name. Off the top of your head, go. What's his name?
No, we already
3,
came up with it.
2,
for the dragon.
1. Yeah, I forget his name. We named him something really cool too, guys.
It's somewhere, audience. It's somewhere. I promise.
But yeah, I think I have it written down actually. But so it would be really cool to bring in like the parental side of things as well, where like if he diverts from the path, maybe the days get super hot because the sun is like scalding him in a sense, or scorching him, if you will. So like, do you want to run it like that way, where they sort of have their own integration into it, or?
I think so, and I think maybe that leads to like those random summer days or weeks that you get where you have like 100-degree Fahrenheit, I don't know what that is in Celsius, I'm so sorry, weather, where it's like, 3-4 days out of nowhere, it's like, holy shit, we're suffering, we can't go outside, it is so hot, and that's just the fish's fault, but not directly. I like that a lot. Yeah,
it'd be really cool, like, in a campaign, if everyone's traveling one day and the DM's like, you know what, the fish went off path. Mama's mad. And, like, one day it gets super hot where, like, walking even for, like, 2 hours causes exhaustion, or, like, you get a penalty to something, or you get super sunburnt, so you're, like, vulnerable to bludgeoning damage for a hot minute. Those kinds of things. That would be really cool.
So maybe then the people who follow around or who try and I guess, track and worship this summer deity are people who are like not necessarily desert goers the way that they you would initially think, but people who are just really good about hanging out in hot weather.
Yeah. You could say that like followers of the fire primordial really connect with the summer fish as well in those senses.
Yeah, because inherently they're really good at making gear that's just weather resistant and heat resistant, and that's cool. I like this a lot.
Eclysis, was it? Ecleus?
Something like that, yeah, where it was like eclipse, but also the concept of calamity and chaos was in there somewhere.
Yeah, it was like Eclysis or Eclesis or something like that. So, for the dragon, for reference, ladies and gentlemen, and people. Okay. So, do we want to add any aspects outside of that? So, we've got, he travels whimsically and by his own path. If he goes off path for too long, he is somewhat scolded. Does he purposely interact with people?
I feel like he would be more inclined to, and maybe like, especially as the youngest child, right? Like the dragon doesn't give a shit about humanoids. The snake kind of like notices them, but kind of ignores them for the most part. Maybe like on the far other end of the spectrum, this fish like loves humanoids and like would, find some fun and playful and like occasionally takes, their offerings and sometimes just like spurns the same offering a week later, things like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Is this a deity that can converse with them? Or is it more so like... Oh, it tries?
Well, maybe like the same, because you talked about its colors changing, and especially that like aurora off its fins changing with its mood. So maybe people have tried to interpret that as the closest that they can get to speaking with one of these deities.
That's really cool. I like that.
So it turns like nice cotton candy colors when it's happy, and then it just goes like really dark and really short solar flares when it's like upset or confused or something.
Okay, fuck yeah. That's awesome. So what is it when it's interacting with these people? Is it just like playful in a sense where it just wants to like run around? Is it something that wants to like I don't think you've seen it, so it's fine. Like Dragon Ball Z, there's a deity named Beerus and Whis who come to Earth and love food, like love human food and just munch all the time that they're here. But yeah, is he like more playful? Is he like curious? What kind of interactions do you reckon he has with people?
Maybe it's something where like he wants to experience new things because he's been cycling the world for God knows how long, and these humanoids are the first interesting thing to kind of like I don't know, more like be inconsistent and like because the world has been so stagnant for so long, and all of a sudden you have these intelligent beings that can create their own cultures and buildings and food and things like that. So maybe he's just on the constant lookout for something he's never seen before. And so maybe if you present him with, for example, like a new food, or maybe if he comes up to you and you draw a large symbol in the ground that is like particularly pleasing to his eyes for some reason, then he like gives you a little blessing for a little while. He like bounces around kind of happily and then fucks off and goes to the next thing. Something where it's like he just wants new things to look at. He's just curious.
Okay, I like that.
It's like when you hold your cat up to the top of your fridge just to show him something he's never seen before. Yep. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, fuck yeah, I like that.
And I imagine, like, children would have kind of a positive affect towards this guy.
Yeah.
Huh. That'd be kind of cute. Just like a little summer fish just playing with a bunch of kids in a village someday, and the parents come out and they're like, holy fuck, that's the summer fish.
You're playing with a god. Like, this? Oh, this is Gary. Like,
yeah, right?
How do we want to say, since this is a deity, obviously it has some powers, obviously, and it controls the season itself. Can it like shrink and grow to like match to be able to like, if it's playing with kids, it shrinks down a bit more so it doesn't hurt them or scare them or anything like that. I'm assuming we could do the whole if it likes you, you can touch it. If it doesn't like you, it burns you kind of thing. Yeah,
I like that a lot. That's a good idea.
Yeah. It's like a thing of trust. So
I mean, the other god gave the snake god shed scales every once in a while and shed skin every once in a while, and people made things out of it. Do you want to should we make it so this guy gives people little gifts in return besides just like little magical blessings and little...
Yeah, we could do that.
Thoughts?
Who? I mean, if it's a fish, if he has like maybe you could gift like a little flame that doesn't go out.
Oh,
So just like a little flame, or since he's a fish, he could eat a pebble and spit it out, and it has some kind of magical property to it.
that's cool. Yeah, I'm thinking like the way goldfish kind of suck. They vacuum up the bottom of their aquarium gravel
and
and
then
spit
it all out. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
I like that a lot.
That pebble could have like a fire enchantment on it or a fire resistance thing to it. And we've mentioned this with all of the deities that we created. It could be forged into something, so you can make a blade if you get enough of those pebbles, or like add a fire damage to a weapon with that pebble if it's integrated correctly and like enchanted magically into something.
Yeah. Shit, that'd be cool as fuck.
Yeah.
And now I'm imagining he just like finds a new food, a new type of sandwich or whatever he's never seen before, and he like sucks it up and spits it out, and it becomes like fucking Scoville level a billion sandwich or something.
Yeah, dude, people can make fucking hot sauce or spices or like meals out of these like little pebbles. Like they ground up whatever he's spat out and it becomes this hot sauce.
I like that a lot. Dude, the craziest fucking spicy drinks. A nice like spicy marg made out of solar deity fucking
That would be fucking sick.
That'd be cool. That'd be adorable, actually.
We still need to have a session where we build drugs.
Yes, we should.
Because we mentioned this like way back in episode 4.
Yeah, audience, by the way, neither of us do drugs.
No.
Even the legal kind, at least in this day. So I don't fucking know. I don't know shit about drugs. So you're about to see us stumble through whatever that's going to look like.
I'm also straight edge, so I don't drink or do drugs. So I know nothing. But like, because we made something called magma or something like that. I forget what it was.
Yeah, it was like the mage drug, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was No, it was blubber.
Something else.
It was blubber.
Blubber. Yeah.
Because we got it from the dire hippo thing that we made. Because when they die, the next alpha eats it and grows. But if a human or someone or just a creature in general eats that blubber as well, they like gain the property to cast enlarge or something like that, or they just get fucking amped up on something. Or like creatures that eat the blubber as well, they turn into dire creatures of what they were. So
cool.
I reckon we could make some cool drugs, dude.
I think we're so good at doing drugs, man.
Yeah, we're so good. FBI agent in a fantasy world.
In Minecraft.
In RuneScape, dude. What are you talking about?
Right, sorry. The other building game that sucks my soul away.
Yeah, you want to play later on?
So we'll... Yeah, I got time.
Sweet. Okay, anyway, back to work. Okay, so he is whimsical and playful. He loves humans. Interacts through changing colors and like speaking through those to determine his mood or excitement or anything like that. Gifts little pebbles or little flames to people he loves or appreciate what they showed him. Did we discuss what... Because we mentioned he has like... Oh, what do you got?
I just got an idea for... Okay, I'm going to put my drink down. This is important.
Oh, dear.
Audience, if you want to see me putting my drink down, be sure to watch the YouTube portion of this. I'll do it again.
Follow us.
For emphasis. But imagine if... if the issue with the draconic entity gets so bad that the sun and the ocean get together and they're like, hey, we need our children to bless heroes or humanoids or something like that with each of their powers and give them the capability to fight back against this dragon because our children themselves can't go do it. Can you imagine if you're giving birth and at the birth of your child, a giant fucking sunfish shows up completely out of season and just like bestows your kid with their presence and their blessing and then fucks off and comes back when they're older to like train them up to be their champion?
A champion of the seasons? That's fucking cool.
How cool of a party would that be too? Holy fuck.
Yeah.
And like I imagine the gods wouldn't have any way of like really telling the humans why they showed up to this random kid's birth, so they would just show up and then leave, and then the world would be like, holy shit, what the fuck just happened? What does that mean? Who are these people?
Well,
and then they just
more
find out
like,
later.
They'd be more so them like prepping for if the day ever comes. So they could have chosen countless fucking champions by now that have all died out without even having to become the champion.
That'd be cool.
That would be fucking awesome. Dude, that's a... I've gotten so many character ideas for this fucking world already. My gods.
I've been hearing that from the comment section too for this this podcast, where people will pop in and they'll be like, "Oh my god, I stole your idea for my own world," which please do that, go for it. And then they're like, "I used this idea and then made it into this for my world, or I made this into a creature or a character," and it's just, I read all of those comments. They're so wonderful. So thanks guys for sending those in.
We do appreciate the comments. It's nice to get some feedback and just know that you guys are enjoying it. So it's really, really cool.
Yeah. Okay, what were you gonna say before I interrupted you with birthright shit?
I don't know. It's gone now. It was a fever dream.
Thanks for joining us for Worlds Apart, everyone. We will never return.
No, I think it was along the lines of, because we briefly mentioned it, but what does this thing look like? Because we mentioned he has the sun rays going off of him. Do we want him to be like a goldfish looking fish, or is there a specific kind of fish? His color scheme, because obviously it changes, but he's gonna have like a base color. Because I'm assuming, by the time you've mentioned it like 3 times this recording, I feel like the cotton candy clouds are your favorite kind of sun. Just going off.
What was your first
just
hit?
going off vibes, honestly.
Do you guys get those in Australia? I assume
We do.
so.
They're stunning.
But your sun rises.
Yeah, we do.
Sunsets.
It's so beautiful, dude. The sunrise one.
Cool.
I'll get up one morning and I'll go catch it. I'll send you a photo. It's divine.
I've never seen a sunrise before. It's just not something I've. That's why. I mean, obviously, it's fucking 6 a.m. when the sun rises over here. We're not doing that shit. Well, not over an ocean, I guess I should say.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was
Right,
thinking.
I'm with you now.
Like a proper one where it like bounces off the. Yeah. Anyway.
Well, you see it come up, dude. Seeing it come up over the fucking ocean on the horizon.
That would be.
You feel
fucking
ethereal,
wild.
genuinely. Like it's incredible.
Have you ever seen it set over the ocean though, where it like just like slowly like?
I've seen it set behind mountains, which is still pretty stunning, but not over an ocean. I would love to watch it over an ocean someday.
God, the world is weird. Fucking.
It is.
Ugh. Okay, so I'm looking up images of fish, and immediately the first thing that came to mind was that rainbow fish from the kids' book.
Yeah.
So, Lav, please throw up a picture of the rainbow fish for those who don't know what I'm talking about.
Right here.
But other than that, I imagine with the rays and things like that, at the very least, whatever we do, I feel like the fins have to be almost like lionfish, right? Where they kind of have those spokes and then a decent amount of tissue in between. So like lionfish spines maybe is the word. But the lionfish spines don't actually have any sort of, what do you call it? Like webbing in between. So I imagine it'd be like the spines, but with webbing. But that like proportion, of like.
Okay. Well, it could have that proportion, but it could have flames in between it.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like a little, and the flames like visibly move the same way that a fish's fin would. I like that.
Hell yeah. Okay.
What about actual color though?
I mean, orange is the first thing that pops to my mind, just because like summer and all that kind of stuff. But when I say summer, what pops to your head color wise?
Yeah, definitely like yellowish, orangish, maybe.
Yeah. Could be like a mixture of the 3. Just like what color would that make?
Yellow and orange and dude, I'm not an artist. I don't know.
Tubby,
I mean, maybe like the pinkish. Tubby's the artist behind the Worlds Apart logo, for those who don't know. If you don't know, you haven't been paying attention, because we shouted him out at the end of every single episode. He's amazing.
And you should follow him.
Yeah, please. He's
or I'll get you.
nominated. But yeah, and maybe it like brightens and dims at will and grows and shrinks at will. I think that'd be cute.
Yeah.
I think goldish, like orange yellow, is 100% the way to go.
So it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. If just to give you like your little favorite thing to it, what if the flames are cotton candy flames? Or cotton candy clouds? That like clouds? Clouds. that travel through the spines or like trail off of him.
That'd be cute as shit. I like that a lot. And then you can change the colors. And, I like that. This little guy's gonna be so cute. He's gonna float around, make kids happy.
It'd be a really cool encounter, honestly. Mm-hmm. So you're in the middle of a dense forest, you see a fish. Huh?
Yeah. And especially like if you see this guy at night too. I imagine his colors become a lot more subdued, but they're still there. But you would just see this glowing fish like moving through the sky.
Yeah.
Ugh.
A lot of people, if he moves quick, a lot of people might mistake him for a shooting star or just like a really, really fast bug, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But
And people start to watch it, and then they realize that it's not moving in a straight line at all.
he's just
That'd be cool.
zip zap zippity bopping around.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Okay, we've got the base sets of him.
Yeah.
I feel like we've covered him pretty well. I kind of want to knock over the spring season as well. At least get the base set of him, so we are finished with these seasons until we need to come back and like finalize everything, which we could probably do off recording if we needed to.
Yeah, I feel like the little tiny details would be super vital, or we can like record it and then drop it as like maybe an unedited thing, so that way if people really wanted our droning voices as background noise, then they can listen and hear where we got these details from, so we have it archived at least.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. Like, if you guys ever hear us mention something, or we go off on a small tangent about something we find is funny or not serious, but you guys would genuinely be curious for us to create something along those lines, just let us know, and we might be able to handle it, because we're looking to do little side projects outside of the episodes ourselves, with like little clips and moments like Diana mentioned, so that'll be fun.
Yeah. All right, spring, the board of paradise. We made him kind of pinkish, right?
We made him not kinda, very pinkish.
Okay, so starting off, we kind of have the physicality of him pretty well nailed down, because it's a bird of paradise, and that could mean a lot of things. Did you have any sort of alterations in mind for this sort of guy?
I'm just tracking down the image we used originally, just so I can have like a sense of reference. I can't find it. Did we drop it in the Discord? Oh, there he is. I got him. I'll drop it in the Discord now for you, so you can have a reference yourself.
Laugh. Put it here.
Art and thumbnails, I'll throw it. No, yes, no. Where do I put it? That can help.
Sorry, you're on your own.
I'll put it in art and thumbnails, just so Lav, you can find it. It's in art and thumbnails for you, my dear. But yes, this little Borum.
Yeah. Oh,
this little guy.
He's so cute.
So we have him, but we're going to keep the big-ass bright pink over his belly and on his head and all that kind of stuff. Do we want to keep the white tips? Do you want it to be a different color? How are you feeling?
Spring kind of gives green, like emerald green and blue in my head. I don't know, what color do you think of when it comes to spring? Because I imagine that would be kind of like top of the list for accent colors.
Yeah, I'd say like along the lines of green, honestly, because everything's blooming back into season. So he could have those, like the pink body with like green emerald tufts or tips at the end of his feathers. Yeah. That'd be really cool. Do we want him to have like a big mohawk or a big ass feather at the top of his head or anything like that?
He should. Oh, that'd be so cute. Like a little, maybe it looks like almost like, instead of just being like one feather the way some birds of paradise, anglerfish style have, maybe it's like a set of like 5 of them arranged into like a crown almost.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Something kind of pretty.
Yeah, we can absolutely do that. He'd be fucking adorable.
Yeah.
Did we mention how big he was? Did we touch on this?
I've kind of imagined that they're all rather gargantuan in size, just for the sake of the fact that they're deities born of the sun and ocean, but we could make it so that this guy's rather small if we want to. I mean, he'd be, I think at this rate, probably the second youngest, right?
I'd say so.
Yeah.
I'd say we'll go winter, autumn, spring, summer.
Easy.
And then obviously Ecleus is the eldest.
Yeah, that guy, that asshole.
Big-eyed dragon trapped under the ocean.
Yeah. Okay. And then, so size-wise, gargantuan-ish then?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Would he still land on trees?
This is where I'm getting confused with things. Because if we make him gargantuan, where's he going to chill? Unless he, like, runs into our big magpie and they share a nest.
Yeah. Maybe it's another at-will size shift sort of thing?
Maybe he prefers to stay small so he can, like, enjoy his season. But if something tries to hunt him, he just gets big.
Oh, I like that. And especially because I imagine this guy would take... Spring is a very detail-oriented sort of thing, right? Like, you have birth cycles based around it. You have essentially the genesis of what's going to be your food supply for the rest of the year, right? So I imagine this guy takes his job pretty seriously and almost like goes up to every single little field and like spends a little bit of time hopping from plant to plant and like inspecting it before moving on.
Okay. So we could say children born in spring are very thorough or confident and dedicated, if we wanted to. Okay. I do like the idea of him like hopping from plant to plant to be like,
yeah, right.
You're good. Gets mad at worms and fucking ladybugs for eating stuff. Love it.
Yeah. Just adjust the colors like slightly, then moves on.
Grinch with the light bulb in the Christmas tree kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, cool. So he has OCD. Got it.
Yes.
Okay. Personality. When it comes to interacting with humanoids or creatures in general, is he patient? Is he cautious? What do you think he is?
I don't know. I mean, on the spectrum of just straight up ignoring them like the winter snake does versus playing with them actively like the fish does. Mm-hmm. What falls in the middle of that?
I feel like the tree kind of falls in the middle of that because he just kind of does his thing. He acknowledges that people are here and people follow him, but he doesn't really do anything for them, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. So maybe the spring bird will not interact with humans and not communicate with them and not really take their blessings or take their offerings and give them blessings or anything like that the way the fish does, but maybe he does like occasionally guide them in a way, like, you know, rewards them for experimenting with plant life, for example, or something like that, where he's still watching them and you don't really know his aim or his purpose and you don't know how to cater to him, but he does occasionally bestow his favor.
Okay. Yeah, I got no idea of that. He could be a recluse, like not to the extent of his older brother, the Winter Serpent, but he is more so, I'll only speak if needed kind of thing.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
What do you think you would, like, if we have, oh man, potentially spicy drugs from the fish, and then the sap from the tree, and then we have scales from the snake, what would this guy leave behind as, like, a physical manifestation of his power?
It's got to be a feather.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It'd be pretty simple. What would it do, though?
Maybe we could Tinkerbell this bitch. So like if you grab his feather and shake it, like dust comes out from it and like helps plant life grow, or
bird dandruff.
Bird dandruff, exactly. I don't know. I'm just thinking it. What do you?
No, that makes sense.
What about you? What do you think it does?
We are a feather thing, so it helps plant life then, and it's like fertilizer.
Yeah, kind of like fertilizer in a sense, or like if you plant it, it literally becomes a field of whatever you want it to be. I think I've seen a magical item in a couple of different TTRPGs where like it's a medallion or something shaped in the shape of like a tree, and if you plant that, it becomes a big ass fucking tree. So maybe rather than just having one singular item that this thing grows, this thing literally creates a fucking farm or a whole crop field of something.
And then it just stays fertile land for the next like 2-3 years, maybe even 5 years if you take care of it well enough, if you follow the spring birds like teachings, which is really just good farming practices. Yeah. Rotating crops and things like that. That'd be sick. That'd be cool. Okay.
What drugs could we make from it?
Yeah, let's snort some bird dandruff. Why don't we? It's gonna be a fucking clip, isn't it? I feel like we could
Welcome to Worlds Apart. Follow us.
Oh god. Maybe.
Before we decide on that, when it gifts a feather, is it one of its crown feathers or is it just a regular feather?
Ooh, I feel like by default it's a regular one, but then the crown one would maybe be like something that it gives its champions or people who are specifically going to accomplish a very specific task for him. So almost like arming your champion, arming your warrior with a feather that does enhance spellcasting and things like that.
Okay.
Potentially.
Why not? I like it.
Dude, what if the drug is the mistakes we made along the way? So the bird occasionally makes mistakes, and if you swoop in and grab the plant before it has time to fix it, then that plant can make a drug.
What?
I don't know. I'm trying to think about how like an OCD bird would like not get everything perfect the first time. So maybe it accidentally creates like a weed when it intended to create a flower.
Well, that's actually not a bad shout. I was gonna say, you know how like when it comes to OCD, this is my personal experience with it because I have a little bit of OCD, but I know people who have it big time. When they get overwhelmed and they get hyperfixated on a task, they will shove a bunch of shit they've cleaned into one area and like lock it away for a little bit so they're not distracted by it and they can focus on this. So what if like the bird has that? He has that shit-filled room of weeds and shit.
Does he have a nest?
Yes. He has a nest full of his like failed weeds that he's made a fucking nest out of.
That's cool. That's a cool fucking concept.
What drugs can we... But yeah,
again, we don't do drugs, kids.
No,
this episode makes it seem like we do. We do not. We're
You say this episode?
Episode. My manner of speech also makes it seem like I do. Okay. I'm tired.
Fair play.
So, would then adventurers want to go in and like find the nest and like loot from it?
100%. How
does it stay in one place?
Well, this thing circles the globes. It might have specific nests that it's trusted that no one's ever taken from, but in specific areas, it could constantly bounce from place to place in certain areas of the world. Sorry, because people keep finding it and taking from it. I think it has like I said, it has certain set nests, but in certain areas, it's still trying to find a good spot. Because put yourself in our world for a moment. If you were playing like a mischief character, for example, if I told you, hey, the Bird of Spring, it has a nest and it has all these failed plants in there that people are turning into drugs and are having some of the weirdest experiences of your life, or people are turning them into cursed items, or they're turning them into...
Whoa! We can make curses based on all these fucking seasons. We thought about all the good things that they do for people. We haven't thought about what they do specifically when they get pissed off.
Oh shit, you're right. Yo, what if someone caught, lightning in a bottle? What if someone caught one of the summerfish's angry lightnings in a bottle and like jarred that shit?
Be a crazy grenade.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Continue your thought, though.
Side tangent. But yeah, like, if you were told this in a world where you were playing a character who's like, I want to fuck shit up, like, you'd be hunting for that nest, wouldn't you?
Yeah. At that point, you would wait until fall, like, when you're sure that the fish is on the other side of the planet, and that would be, like, prime drug season, I guess. Prime nest hunting season.
Well, that's another thing. Does it leave the nest for the year? Those ones it trusts, yeah, sure. But in new areas, does it leave the nest, or does it destroy it each time?
I feel like maybe it just continually makes nests, and when it makes one in a location and returns the next year to see that it's gone, then it knows not to make it there anymore. But it's almost like one of those things where it would continually just try and make nests wherever it goes, because it needs a place to rest anyway, you know?
And I mean, it's a fucking deity. It's like, if they want to fuck around with this shit, it's their fault.
Yeah, so, exactly.
That moral... What's it called? Neutralness. Where it's like, I tried to keep this from them, and they found it.
Yeah.
So.
And if anything, it's a testament to the hubris of man, right? Because the longer that the nest exists, the more the bird is sure that it's safe, and the more the bird would store there. So we're just, if anything, greedy.
What if one corrupted one day and started, like, polluting the land?
Oh, maybe like
a weed sunk through the ground and just started like growing into this plague, if you will.
That'd be sick. And it created like a whole blighted area.
Yeah, and it came back the next year like, oops, what have I done?
Like, what the fuck? When I left it was fine. Like,
yeah, but that's it's got to have a nest. You've nailed that one, dude. Hit the nail on the head. Well done.
Cute. I like that.
That's cute. We're talking about plagued lands, dog.
Yeah, but the bird had good intentions. The board.
And he pink and pretty. So
he's pretty. All right.
Jesus
so
Christ.
then what about the people who kind of like cater to this particular deity? Do they have any particular characteristics? Do they follow it? Do they just wait for it? What do you think?
I feel like when it comes to the spring season, not many people follow it because this bird rarely to never interacts. So not many people, and it's, if it can shrink down to a really small size, it must stay out of the way quite a bit.
Yeah.
So it's not like the winter serpent where like people come to watch it dive into a thing and can like, or know it's like at the bottom of this lake and people come to see the lake and it's like, oh my god. But like this bird could just be like recluse. So, and those who do follow it could just be super competitive in the fact of wanting to get its approval.
Yeah. What do they try and do to attract it? Do they like do experiments with plants? Are they just like really good farmers? Is that the whole point of like prize winning crop competitions?
Yeah, honestly, could be.
Oh, that'd be cute.
Apothecaries would love this bird too. Like creating potions from all these different weeds or plants that this thing creates or brings in. Yeah. Apothecaries would love him.
Shit, I didn't even think about that. So someone who's like born in spring would just be really good at
alchemy.
Shit, that's sick.
Yeah. There's a lot we could do with it, man. I keep looking at this bird and it's just staring back at me, dude.
Yeah, right. This little purple orb, pink orb.
But yeah, it just depends. Is there any noted time in history of this world where this bird has been like, this person is awesome. They did a great job doing this. Create a plant. Go.
I feel... Oh, no. You want me to make a plant?
You like plants. This is your field.
Like plants. It's not, but I love that you think it is. Maybe so this has always been one of my favorite concepts of like plants that I haven't ever gotten to use, but maybe a siege plant where you plant a seed right next to a building or a stone wall or something like that. And by nature, the plant itself is really good at digging its roots through different substances and its branches through different substances. And it's like the equivalent concept of a weed breaking through New York cement sidewalks, you know, except it's been bred to grow extremely quickly and be extremely devastating to structures. So it's become a siege weapon.
Okay. How quickly is extremely quickly that it grows? Like instant?
Like with magic, minutes. If you can keep, you know, an impending army off of it long enough for it to grow. That's always something I thought would be a cool plant idea. So maybe that's like a concept. If we go into like the weeds of, pun intended, the weeds of like building plants and things like that. We could also do, oh my gosh, even just like cosmetic things, you know, like maybe the concept of grafting, maybe that was invented at some point in this world. And then, do you know what grafting is?
I do not. Sorry, I was about to ask.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So it's this thing in, maybe this is my field. Holy fuck. It's this thing in botany or agriculture, where you can take plants, and as long as they're from the same family of plants, you can chop a branch off of one type of plant and graft it, or like glue it basically onto another, and they will fuse together and act as one plant. So you can take, for example, two different types of stone fruit, so like peaches and plums, and then you can chop a branch off a peach tree, put it onto a plum tree, and then it will act as if that's its home tree. And so in theory, I think someone in the past made a fruit tree that was grafted in a way that had like 20 different kinds of fruit on a single branch, like stump.
That's fucking cool.
Like that. Yeah, that's how people make tree roses, I believe, because if I remember correctly, roses and apples are part of the same family, and so people will take an apple tree base and the whole like tall part of it, chop it off at the head, and then replace it with a rose bush, and then they have a like rose tree.
That's fucking cool. What the fuck?
Yeah, and that's like a real life thing that people do in real life. But I imagine at some point someone in our fantasy world could have figured out that if we follow the same rules of plant life. Yeah, and so maybe that person got rewarded and was like the once in a generation master botanist. What do they make?
What kind of tree? What kind of bush? What kind of...
Ooh, I imagine. So in our world, you can only graft things if they're from the same family. But maybe in this fantasy world, you can graft a bunch of different like alchemical plants together and make like a single master like alchemy tree where you just go from, you know, branch to branch and pick off what you need for a certain potion and things like that. and you just have it all right there.
Okay. I love this, first of all.
Okay.
Let me reiterate this. I fucking love that. I have always been someone in my worlds who has believed there are health potions, obviously. There needs to be mana potions as well.
Yes.
So what if someone created this alchemy tree that generates this seed that is used for mana potions?
Ooh. Oh, I like that. Like a magic tree?
Kind of. Like they entwined the weave itself in with nature itself, and the bird's like, Bakak, you know?
Like, yeah, I love the concept that it sounds like a chicken.
Yeah.
Like a rooster. It's like, you shouldn't have been able to do this, but it's kind of cool that you did. Like, rock on, kid.
And
like,
it works, and it's not
damage.
it works, and it's not damaging the environment around it or nature itself.
Yeah.
Feather. Like,
I like that a lot. I'm imagining like an in-game book now of just like a compendium of all of this lore and all these stories of like people who are the best in their season at something, you know?
Yeah.
Like all these stories would be so fucking cool.
fuck yeah, dude. I like it.
I love this so much.
Yeah, we've done it. That's all 5 seasons.
Holy shit.
We finished
oh
the
my
5
God.
seasons
Okay.
already.
We finished the seasons. Oh my God. Oh, it's going to be so much fun, dude. Holy shit. All the
is.
lore. I know it's just going to get better and better too, especially when it comes to like anything that affects the seasons. We'll know what it traces back to and who gets affected the most. That's wonderful. I love it.
Okay. Well, before we finish up, because we still got 8 minutes, 7.5, do you want to have a quick discussion about what we want to work on next? Just so we have a game plan going into the next episode, rather than like sitting in a call for 20 minutes being like, what do you want to do? Kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay. We've done a magic school. We haven't done a whole lot of location-based things. Maybe we could. We should work on your underwater, some like underwater shit. Because we haven't touched underwater stuff at all. And if we get into the concept of, especially like the civilizations that exist underwater, and maybe as they get closer to where the eclipse dragon hangs out, then we can kind of talk about their culture and how the dragon's influence gets stronger and how that affects them, maybe.
Okay.
So that's one direction.
That's one direction we can move. Did we want to... Well, since we're starting to talk a lot more about them, did we want to start working on the gods?
Oh, shit. Yeah, we should probably go about the parents, huh?
Yeah.
Because we talked briefly a little bit about like how we want to structure them into almost like families or like circles or almost mini pantheons that all interact with each other. That's a good idea. Gods are easy. I love doing gods. Gods is like my favorite thing.
Yeah, same. You've got dibs on the food god, I believe it was.
Yeah. Oh, how cool would that... Okay, yes. Yeah. Before I start thinking about that again and getting really excited again. Yeah, food god.
Okay. So you got the food god covered. I've got the god of the sea covered.
Yeah.
We're going to have to start thinking about who we want to bring on. Because we're going to...
Yes.
We're going to have to start building a few gods with a few people and creating pantheons and connections and all that kind of stuff. So...
Yeah. Oh my gosh. You guys stay tuned. We're going to bring in such creative minds. And it's always good to have like not a second opinion, but like fresh eyes on something where someone can come in and be like, holy shit, I've had the seed of an idea for like 3 years and no one's ever put me in front of a mic to info dump about it before. Yeah. So like, how about this for your world? And it ends up being the coolest thing ever. I'm very excited for this.
Me too. So we're going to start thinking about who we want to bring on.
Yeah.
And then put them through hell and ask them 50,000 questions in a session. Sound good to you?
Yep. Oh yeah, I feel bad for Lav. She's gonna have to edit like an extra audio form.
Oh, but it's fine because we love our editor and we appreciate our editor. So
yeah.
Okay, cool. So next session we can start working on the gods. We'll focus on our first 2 and we'll start putting feelers out to see who wants to come on and who wants to help us build a couple of gods and all that kind of fun stuff.
God, it's gonna be so fun. All right, well, should we wrap it up there?
Yeah, why not? Why bloody not?
We got a lot done.
We did. So thank you guys for hanging out with us for episode 11. That's crazy. Episode 11 already. But we appreciate you guys hanging out. We hope you enjoy the seasons. Let us know what you think of them as well. And feel free to drop some names for them because we haven't discussed that yet.
Intentionally. We suck at names. If you guys have names, please drop us a line.
Just
rescue
fucking
us.
For the love of God. But
bail us out.
But we thank you guys. If you are looking for me on any other platforms, you can find me at Odinn_Sun on pretty much all platforms, except for Twitch, where you can find me at officially Odie. If you're looking for what I do, I'm a D&D content creator. I'm a podcast host. I dabble in Pokemon card openings and also Pokemon video games. I'm also an amateur voice actor trying to break into it a bit more. So I got a new mic. It's fancy. It's pretty. So, but yeah, you can follow me at all those places at officially underscore Odinn underscore Sun or officially Odie on Twitch. Diana, where can they find you?
Hi, I'm Diana Faye, also known as Diana of the Rose. This isn't a new mic, but I did influence you into getting yours, though.
You did.
It's the same mic, right?
It is.
Yeah, influencer. But yes, I am a TTRPG creator over on TikTok, Reels, and Shorts as a short-form creator. And then every once in a while, once a month or so, I make a YouTube video as well, deep diving into some tabletop shenanigans. And so there's that. I'm also a Twitch streamer and partner, as well as a member of the Latin Guild, Pride Guild, and Women's Guild, newly inaugurated. So you can catch me streaming 3 times a week. Yeah, I know. I keep joking that I've collected all the Infinity Stones for my diversity. I've got all 3 of them.
You're all powerful.
I'm all powerful. Man, TwitchCon is going to be I'm going to be a mess. So there's the Twitch streams as well, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And then I'm also a content creation consultant. I'm a model. I am on this podcast. I'm a host and co-host and guest host on various other podcasts. And I'm an actual play performer. So if you want to see me actually walk the walk a little bit and actually roll some dice, I do that all over the place. So you can catch me as at Diana the Rose absolutely everywhere.
Hell yeah, you're going to DM for us one day too, because I'm yet to experience your dungeon mastering. You've been telling me about it for years, and I haven't experienced it.
Listen, I'm busy. I'm going to. Maddie is, when I stay with Maddie, when I come down for PAX Australia, she said her only required form of payment was that I run a game for her and her friends. So if you want me to run a game for you and our friends,
absolutely,
I'll find some time.
Bet. But
hell yeah.
Speaking of our friends, please be sure to go follow entity__edits on all platforms. That is our amazing editor, Lav. She is amazing. She puts up with us and our shenanigans and all that kind of stuff. Lav, turn up on the screen. So...
It's gonna be a jump scare of a PNG. It's up there for like 0.2 seconds.
Her little figure is somewhere here, and I'm terrified. But be sure to go follow entity__edits on all platforms. She is an incredible editor and long form and short term editor. Her prices and commissions might be open, so go check her out, inquire, and hopefully she can give you the information needed. She's incredible.
Yeah. Speaking of prices and commissions, the amazing artwork done for Worlds Apart, especially our logo that we've slapped absolutely everywhere, Lav, if you don't mind, it has been created by Toby.exe, who is a award-nominated artist in our space. Absolute household name. If you're anything to do with tabletops, you know who he is. And you can find him as at Toby.exe. That's at TOBYDOT. on TikTok, Blue Sky, and YouTube. And then over on Instagram is obviously the best place to find an artist's work. You can find him as at _Toby.exe_. So check him out. He's absolutely amazing as well.
Yeah. We're very lucky to have those 2 on our team. Very lucky. They're cool. But thank you guys for watching. We appreciate you very much. And we will see you in a couple of weeks for episode 12.
Yeah. Bye.
See ya.